So the following video, I'm very excited to share this with you guys because it's the first time that I'm able to collaborate with different YouTubers and people that know what they're doing. And it's the first chance that you can get to see 3 different perspectives of the same walk, spending time together, and you can see what they had as a takeaway and what Bowser and I saw as a takeaway. There was one moment that while we were waiting for Dave, things kind of took a turn that we didn't expect. And I want to do this little intro before I show you guys the video, because the conversations that we were having were pretty deep and serious, although in the moment we didn't know they were coming. So me particularly, took a little bit of the heaviness out of it, or try and take out of the heaviness out of it. We had just met Brendan. We didn't know he was going to open up to the level that he did. And I am very grateful for him to share his feelings about photography with me. I don't take lightly the words that he expressed. I think as a community, a lot of men have the same feelings that he goes through and don't have the courage to share it between men. It is more common than we think. And I feel like if we do a little better job at expressing these feelings between other men, you will find more comfort in finding out that you're not the only one going through those feelings. I am excited for you guys to see the video and get to know us a little bit deeper. Thank you for watching.
People, I started following photographers and cinematographers and kind of learned that side, like how to make things look a certain way side of thing. But the reason I kept shooting is, if we're gonna get deep and vulnerable real fast, I've suffered with depression for basically my whole life. And there's always something in my head that's like, you're a loser, you suck, you're not good enough. And for whatever reason, when I shoot, that just turns off.
Interesting.
So for me, shooting has become such a vital cornerstone of my mental health, and it's definitely like, I just love it.
For some photographers, shooting is not what caused them later.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
But you do have that, is this good enough? Every time you take a shot, it's like, the questioning of, am I good enough at this? Should I continue shooting or not? So it's interesting that you turn that all the way around.
I think part of it is my insecurity already, and that I don't consider myself a photographer. So I don't put that kind of weight on me. I'm not a pro photographer. It's not what I do for a living.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a lot of people judging a body of work.
Yep.
To where I'm like, oh, should I take the shot? Would this be good enough for the portfolio? Or none of that enters my mind. You don't have that pressure, yeah. I don't have any sort of that pressure.
Self-inflicted pressure, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I appreciate the people that have gotten to that level. I would love to be at that level at some point.
Of self-punishment, or?
Yeah, sure. Sure. I don't mind it, like I said, I've been really hard on myself for a really long time, and it's something I'm used to. Being an athlete, you also get it from other people, and I'm okay with that kind of pressure. But I would like to get to that point skill-wise.
What calls your attention to shoot?
There's really people last night were asking me, it was my first time being around a really big group of photographers. I've been around groups of YouTubers, but it's my first time being around people that are photographers. That's what they do. Yourself, Gadgen, Sire, those types of people. Bill, right? Like Bill Brown, Matthew. And it was interesting to be around them and have the question posed my way, like, what's your style? What do you, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know. I don't know if I have a style. What do I shoot mostly? My dog. Take lots of pictures of my dog when the sunlight's good. I love shooting wildlife, but I'm not the guy with a huge camera shooting wildlife. I shoot a lot of bison around Utah and just nature, landscapes. I'm really into hiking, so I'll hike a lot and shoot nature that way. But it's more or less like today. I really enjoyed shooting the buildings, the graffiti. We were here at the right time where the light's really soft and it's just starting to hit the tops of the buildings. And it looked really cool with the graffiti on it, so. Jaime.
Nice to meet you, man.
Dave.
Okay. A lot of the northern plains of the U.S., like Montana, Nebraska. That's awesome. In California, a lot of ghost towns, desert mining, like abandoned towns. That's why I've been doing this project on the northern plains for a few years, and there's so much literally looks like they just closed the door and left, like in 1960.
I hope you guys like the video. I just love seeing how photography brings different experience to each individual, and I would encourage everybody to share their experiences with other photographers and members of the community. I think that's the most important part of photography, especially in the Leica world, how community is such a strong bond between photographers. Thank you so much for watching. Consider liking this video and subscribing if you enjoyed it. See you later.